Hey, what's going on guys? It's Austin here, back with another Brawl Stars video. Today, I'm going to be telling you guys the top 10 brawlers to max out, as you see by the title. But before we get into that, I just wanted to say thank you guys for all the support recently on all the videos. Keep hitting that like button, keep hitting that subscribe button, and keep commenting. I always love responding back to you guys. But without further ado, let's get into it. The first one on this list to max out is going to be Mortis. As you can see by the clips in the gameplay that you're watching, my friend from the stream, Taco, he was using Mortis and he was going absolutely crazy with him. Very underrated in my eyes, and I think he's a super solid brawler as time goes on. Next up we have Surge. Surge is another great brawler, very good control brawler in the middle of the map, and once he ramps up, he is very hard to stop. Especially with his jump ability when he gets his star power. He's able to jump over Frank's stun or another super of a stun. So that's always good. And that makes him very difficult to track down and hit and ultimately kill at that point. But that is why Surge is on this list. Next up, we have a sniper of some sort, whether that's Mandy, Piper, or Angelo. In my opinion, it would probably go Angelo, then Mandy, then Piper. After the buff to Mandy, it made Mandy actually usable now, which is actually surprising because the buff didn't do a whole lot for her. But yes, and Angelo, obviously with the addition of his hypercharge, will definitely make him a lot better. Being able to use your super and walk around is just absurd, and it helps out a lot. Next up, at 7, we are going to be having Max. Max is a super solid support brawler, being able to speed boost for your opponents and dash away just in case you get into a sticky situation. If a tank pushes you or something, you can dash away with Max and you won't even be touched or scathed. And the addition with this hypercharge is really nice, being able to drop speed boost for your teammates and getting an addition to their super boost, being able to get their super a little bit quicker with that hypercharge is really, really nice as well. At 6 on this list, we have Rico. Rico is a great mid-control brawler, just like Surge, being able to hold the middle of the map, whether it's bush or not, and just completely collateral all your teammates if they run in a line. Not only that, being able to ricochet, and I feel like a lot of maps right now, especially in ranked, are able to be collateraled and be able to bounce shots, not letting your opponents heal, being able to bank shots and such. So for that reason, I think Rico is a very solid option to max out. Not to mention his hypercharge. His hypercharge makes him absolutely broken, and I don't know why people aren't using him as much as they should. Especially with the gadget that he has, I think that it is super, super viable, and I also don't really understand why people don't use it. I understand that I got a nerf, but when a tank pushes you or somebody like Edgar pushes you, it's very, very solid. It's very, very solid to run down their health and ultimately probably kill them if they get really close to you. So with that, Rico is going to be number 6. Number 5 might surprise you, but this is Frank. Frank was very good and very overpowered when he got his hypercharge initially, but over time, I feel like a lot of people figured out the tank counters and the meta as a whole. So I don't think that Frank is really that overpowered. You have Colette that can kind of counter him, and a lot of other brawlers that are able to counter him, like Meg. So for that, I think Frank has fallen on the tier list to 5. Still a really, really great brawler to max out, don't get me wrong, but not as good as the top 4 on this list. Next up, number 4, I'm going to have Gale. Gale with the hypercharge is ridiculous. You have to use Blustery Blow. Once they hit a wall, they're stunned for 1.2 seconds, which is really, really good. And with the hypercharge, that's bound to happen. And not only that, the gadget Twister is insane. If anybody's pushing you or anything, you are able to pretty much counter them. If Lily's right next to you, you place that, can't get close to you. It's very good in hot zone, keeping a distance from your opponent, and just in general from being overloaded by tanks and other close range brawlers. It's really, really good. So for that, I'm going to be putting Gale at number 4. Next up on the list, you probably will know 1, 2, and 3. It is very, very easy to guess this, but number 3 is going to be Barry. Barry is very solid in every single game mode, no matter what. Can do what a thrower can do, even better, honestly. And then grabbing your super over and over and over again is really, really solid for him. I think the floor is fine. Star power is better. And then also with the friendship is great. Healthy additives is super good as well. But I think friendship is good because you can get tanks and other close range brawlers off of you. And you'll be able to heal 1,000 health and kind of stay alive a little bit longer than you normally would. But I just think Barry is very, very good because he continues to gain his super just from healing not only himself but his teammates. So over time, you're just going to continue to heal your teammates. They can stay in the middle of the map until you get one enemy down, and then after you get one enemy down, it just turns into a cycle and you just keep healing your brawlers. So for that reason, I am going to be putting Barry at number 3. Number 2 on this list is going to be Lily, if you couldn't guess already. You got to use the Vanish gadget. As for gears, I would use a +1 gadget for that because it is very, very good. And then I would use Spiky on your star power. After teleporting to an enemy, Lily's next attack deals 530 more damage. It's very, very solid. Lily can just melt somebody. I didn't think that the buff to her getting one more ammo would do enough for her, but it definitely did. So yeah. And finally on this list, number 1 is going to be Meg. Meg being able to repair herself, and with Barry, if you have Barry as well on a team, is just absurd. And the dual life of Meg really helps her out. So overall, the rework helped her immensely. So those are the top 10 brawlers to max out. Let me know if I forgot one or anything down below. Just to go over the list again, we have number 1, Meg, 2, Lily, 3, Barry, 4, Gale, Frank, Rico, Max, Sniper being Mandy, Piper, or Angelo, Surge, and Mortis. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed. Hit that like button, subscribe, and I'll catch you guys on the next video. Peace.